The goal of this video is to show you how to make an endgame shield for your cold dot build, but it can also work with any spell cold build or any spell elemental build, because the process is the same. You are going to use uh, the fire, lightning modifiers, or augments, called fire, lightning augments, depending on what your build needs. To make this shield, create new shield. We want an int shield with harmonic spirit shield preferably, and it needs to have the modifier that interests you. Like for example, because we are talking about a cold dot build, we want to have either cold damage or spell damage. Both are okay. As you can see here, uh, this says 1 and this also says 1. That means it cannot exist. Spell damage cannot exist while cold damage is present, and vice versa. So you need a fracture either with spell damage or cold damage. After you fracture this, you make it rare. You use perfect fossil to give it 30 quality. After the the shield has 30 quality, you are going to use essence of greed, deafening essence of greed. This gives maximum life right here, and you want to spam this fossil until you get um, a suffix that satisfies you. Like for example, maybe you want block, maybe you want resistances, maybe you want spell block, maybe you want chance to avoid elemental ailments. I would go for maximum resistances +2, or to maximum cold or fire or lightning resistances. The reason why I say either one of these three, because you can use harvest, and with harvest you can change them. So for example, if you have +2 to maximum lightning res, you can change it to +2 maximum fire res, and so on. This is better. This is good if you farm one specific boss. For example, you have cleared all the Ubers, and now you focus on farming only one boss. Usually that boss will deal only one element of damage. For example, Maven will deal only cold damage, so you want to change it to +3 maximum cold res. Whereas if you have +2 to maximum resistances, it's much better for the overall game, but for that specific boss fight, it's much worse. This is one of the reasons why you want preferably to hit the +3 to lightning or fire or cold. So we spam essences, in my case until I hit +3, but maybe you wanted the block, maybe you want elemental ailments avoidance. You decide what suffix you prefer. I got this suffix, and look at this. I have 3 prefixes and I have 2 suffixes. The way they changed this in Lake of Kalandra, when I use an augment, if I have 3 prefixes, maximum number of prefixes, and an open suffix, even if it can remove a prefix, it will not add a prefix, because at the beginning there were only 3. There were the maximum number of prefixes. I can do this, and it will never add a prefix. Now it removed the prefix, but it didn't add the prefix, right? So let's go back to how the shield looked like before. So this is what the shield looks like. At this point, you want an empty prefix, so you need to use annulment, and try to get rid of this maximum mana. It got rid of the maximum cold res. That's unfortunate. You go again, it again got rid of that. I don't suggest you use metacrafts, but because to hit this, it's quite easy with chaos orbs. So you can see it's 145 tries, but since it can hit either fire, cold, or +2, it's very easy to get. So I don't suggest you to use meta crafts to prevent this mode from disappearing right now. So you want to use annulment until you get rid of mana. You have the life and you have an empty prefix like this. At this point, if, for example, you had only one suffix, what you would need to do at this point, you would need to go and craft from the bench. You can have up to 3 crafted modifiers, because now you have 2 suffixes and you need 3 suffixes. And the third suffix, which should always be open, should be prefixes cannot be changed. Once you hit this, if you go with harvest, you go augment cold, it's guaranteed to give you +1. The trick is it can remove the +3 to maximum cold resistance. So this is gamble. This is RNG. If it removes the +3, then you're back to square one. There's nothing you can do. You have to start all over again. So you just wasted like the 14, 15 divides per this try. Now, in this case, it did not remove the +3 to maximum cold resistance. I can put any other craft, or if I really, really want to make this shield the best one, I have to once again craft multiple crafted modifiers, and then you once again have to craft prefixes cannot be changed. And now you can use Aisling Veil. Okay, I don't understand why it didn't work. It didn't show me an error because maybe I didn't click it. But basically, you use the Aisling Veil. I was confused for a second why it didn't work. Uh, Now we got lucky and it didn't remove the +3 to maximum cold resistance. If it had removed the +3 to maximum cold resistance, then you are just unlucky. You have to do it all over again. Uh, After you have the veiled suffix, what you do, you go to this POB, to this Craft of Exile site, and you look for what you don't really want. What you don't want here, you see, for example, if you craft strength and intelligence, it has a 17% chance to show up, and it says 30-30. That means it can, if you block strength and dexterity, it cannot appear strength and intelligence, right? So this is how you block, and you block whatever you feel like you don't want. So for example, maybe you don't want increased effect of curses, but I think you want, because of this, the way they changed this, you need to have increased effect of curses. So if I unveil right now, it's a very big chance that I get increased effect of curses on my shield. And you can just craft anything else except increased effect of curses, because of the way they changed the curses in dispatch. But it depends what you want on your shield. Now I'm talking about the best outcome. You you get this increased effect of curses, and now you can craft what you need. You need to craft a resistance, you need some stats, you need chance to suppress spell damage, you need strength, you need mana regeneration. You craft whatever your build needs. I would go ahead and craft um, a chance to suppress spell damage, unless I have a mage blood. If I have a mage blood, I don't need this chance to suppress spell damage. Um, like this. And this is how you craft this shield. It's a very endgame shield, and once again, you can, if you're farming only one Uber boss, you can change this to whatever that Uber boss damage deals. You go farm Searing Exarch, you switch it to fire. This is pretty much how you make this shield. It can take, realistically speaking, it should take you about 30 divines to make it. But with the veiled curses and the chance to suppress spell damage, may take you even 100 divines, depending on your RNG.